I should probably give a warning in that the energy that I'm sensing and that I'm picking up on is really heavy. Like there's a really heavy heart. It's very emotional and I can really feel it. So basically the warning is I'm not sure how this reading is going to look. But who knows? I am happy to have something else come through, something wonderful and something beautiful. But just going by what I'm feeling at the moment, I'm just not sure how this will look. So I just want to get a couple to see what's going on with you, the collective, sort of establish where we're at. We'll go from there. And like I said, I'm happy for it to be something really beautiful and for it to be different to what I'm feeling. Wow. Okay. Okay. So we've got regrets and physical pain, and that's really interesting to me because I was actually having physical pain, like my heart is actually hurting. And just this photo, like that's exactly what I was feeling in my heart, was like these, like it was being pierced by a knife, by a sword. So I feel like there's a collective that you feel this same pain. There's something that has happened. You've either had a very recent breakup or separation that is causing you a lot of pain. Or even if it's a separation that's been slightly longer, it's something that you haven't been able to release, or something's come up again that's sort of recalls this pain. I sense that there's regret around what you're feeling. Like you're feeling you wish you didn't have to feel this way, or you wish you didn't feel this way. Potentially also that there's a regret that the way things have played out, the way things have happened. You know, there's tears here. So there's a real sadness as well, and over how things have gone. And you're probably questioning it all, but I do get a sense with the eye here that whatever it is, it has still been divinely guided. And that's really hard sometimes because we don't understand. Sometimes we don't understand why these things are happening to us. Let's get another one. Karma. So maybe you're wondering, is this karma? Like, is this all happening? What is, you know, maybe a question, what is that lesson that I'm supposed to be learning from this? And why is it all happening? And again, with this sort of crystal ball, it's almost like there's a feeling of really wanting to know and needing to know what why has this happened? What is going on? I can't, maybe it's not even clear. Like maybe the whole breakup and everything that happened is so unclear as to how it all fell apart. And there's a sense that you're questioning if this was just something karmic that you had to learn. And that, I think, is causing also the pain. Because I get a sense that you feel that this connection with this person was so much deeper than something that was just a lesson. All right, let's get a couple for your connecting person. What's in their energy at the moment? What's in their energy? More. Oh gosh. Okay, a few more. So we've got a free message. So that's an intuitive reading of it. Happiness, message of love, and freedom. Okay. I'm picking up on a different energy in this than yours. I do feel that this person potentially has regrets as well. This card, the imagery is very reminiscent of the regrets. I feel like at the moment they're going through, they're trying to focus on their happiness. I think there's a sense that there is love there, and I don't think that this connection ended because of a lack of love. I think that there is love there, but it's like they're releasing that love out. And freedom. So with this happiness, I feel like they're trying to focus on things that keep them potentially a bit detached from this connection and what had happened, what has happened. So I feel like this is recent, and I feel like you are focusing on the pain and they are trying to hide it or haven't fully felt it yet. There isn't anger here on their part, and there's no hatred, there's no sort of negativity. but it is like they are trying to not think about the connection, that they're trying to think about other things. They're trying to plan potentially other things, despite the love that was here. Okay, so we've got two very different energies here, I feel. We'll see how it goes, because potentially this is a masked energy. Okay, let me just put that. All right, let me just put those up there so I can know what's going on. All right, let's try and confirm. All right, let's confirm. We'll see your energy around this connection. Your energy around this connection. So we've got the runner, kisses and healing heart. So the runner, a runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy and listening to ego, which I feel is how you feel about the person. Because of the energy that you're in, I don't feel that's a runner energy. However, it potentially matches up with their energy here. If they're masking their true feelings, this could potentially be the runner energy. They're suppressing their truth and focusing on other things in their life. And that's not focusing on other things and trying to find happiness and freedom and releasing with love. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. If it has come from a fully grounded, integrated place. So oftentimes, particularly if a breakup is new, if we are presenting as happy and free, unless it was a really toxic relationship, it's often suppressing our true feelings. So I feel this runner is the energy of the person that you were connected to. Kisses, unconditional loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So I actually feel like this is more of the unconditional love. That pain that you feel probably comes from that unconditional love and that questioning of karma, because how can, if you unconditionally love someone, how did it end? And why did it? Do you know what I mean? These are the things that are going over in your mind. Healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. So there's a sense that you want to heal your heart, particularly with that pain of it that you've been feeling, and that questioning of why, and how did this all end? And so there's a real sense you want to heal. You want to heal that heart. But going by that and the energy, you're finding it hard. And if this is a recent separation, that's understandable. That's understandable. If it was a real strong connection, that kind of heartbreak takes a long time to get over. What's there energy. What's their energy around this connection? What's their true energy around this connection? Oh God, that was okay, that was the whole thing. The true energy of this connection. I can feel they are hiding the true energy. Okay, so the true energy around this connection. Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming. Surprise, invitation or meeting. Love, unconditional love. Self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy. And I will say one of the cards that sort of didn't come out, but I saw flip over, was soulmates. Again, so I just get this sense that at the moment they're suppressing how they truly feel, and that their true energy around this connection is this unconditional love. And look, it's right under your unconditional love. And I think that one of the things they're suppressing is this paradise, this feeling that the connection that you had was happiness, was joy, oneness, a true enjoying of each other. I wonder what's happened between you two, because I don't feel it's not either one of you falling out of love. Something's happened to end this. Something external, not the internal feelings between the two of you. This Cupid's arrow may suggest that potentially underneath their conscious mind, there's still a desire for connection, but it all depends how good they are at masking and running. And maybe they're really good at it. But eventually, our truth is always our truth. So it doesn't matter how much we mask something. What's true at our core is the truth, and will surface. And it'll surface in ways that you don't even expect. And they wouldn't be expecting it. So they might think that they're in freedom and happiness, but ultimately there's going to be points where they have the truth comes out within them about how they truly feel. All right. Okay. This is really heavy. Like, I actually feel I almost feel nervous. All right. I want to see what it was. Just wondering what cards to get. let's just go with this. All right, let's see what it was that was around the end of this connection. What ended this connection? Around this connection. All right. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Two of Wands. So if there was both, I feel, a lot of illusions and a lot of choices. So I feel this is in their energy. So I feel that they had, or thought that they had, like too much going on, like too many illusions, too many choices. They were so uncertain of where to go and how to go. I also feel they tried to make a choice. They tried to look towards something, a future or a path. They were trying to ground a path. In order to, because you know when we have so many different things in our minds and we have so many different maybe influences coming in, and we're so uncertain of what to do, sometimes we get to a point where I feel like we just have to make a choice. We just have to make a decision. And I feel like they tried to make a decision. They tried to look at a path and a future, but it wasn't something that worked for you. Because this is what the energy around the ending is. So I feel like you've wanted different things. Maybe out of all like these choices and illusions, you've both come to sort of different paths, different choices. And sometimes, you know, particularly people in that running energy can also be very stubborn. So when they've made a choice, if they've made a choice of a particular path and a particular future, and if they'll stick to it, even if they'll stick to it no matter what, out of stubbornness, even if they end up starting to question it. So I feel like you guys have ended up on different pages in terms of a path and a future. Let's just see how you feel about them. how you feel about them. So 5 of Cups, Ace of Swords, the High Priestess, and 9 of Pentacles. So that 5 of Cups energy is still this heartache. You're really feeling the loss of them. And in this card, just the way she is here, like that emotion, it's like that's what I feel, that's what I pick up on. Like I was saying, this is making me feel very anxious. So on top of the pain that you're feeling, I would say you're also feeling very anxious about this whole situation. And I think what's feeding into this anxiety is this High Priestess energy of the subconscious, and sort of, and the divine, in that you don't know what's going on really with them. You don't know how things are going to unfold. You don't know why things are happening the way they're happening. And I think you're questioning yourself. I think you're questioning your own intuition, how you feel and how you viewed this connection. You probably felt that this was a soul connection, like a soul bond, something that was potentially, you felt like it was destined to be, or you're quite sure about it. And with everything that's happened, you're now in confusion as to why and how, and if you had been so sure about it, but this has happened, you're questioning yourself and your own intuition. And what you truly desire is just the truth and the honesty and clarity around it all, for yourself, but also I feel for them. And if you are quite intuitive normally, and you don't normally question yourself so much, you may also feel a desire for this person to understand truth and clarity, because we've got 2 different energies here with them. We've got what's going on with them at the moment, with the happiness and the message of love and the freedom that they're feeling. But then we've got their truth, which was the Cupid's arrow, love and paradise. So I think you can sense their disconnect between their true self and the energy that they're trying to present in. And I think so there's also a desire for you, you desire that they would find their inner truth and not suppress it. And this is how you feel about them. So with the 9 of Pentacles, maybe you feel like they need to come into more of their own independence and not be subjected to outside influences. And maybe this ties in with the Seven of Cups. Maybe there were so many other things that were impacting and affecting this connection that your person was almost being controlled by, rather than their own true self and their own independent thoughts and feelings. And Knight of Swords on the bottom. Maybe you feel like this ending came quite rapidly, quite suddenly and quite impulsively, almost like it was a reaction rather than a thought through thing, or a properly thought through thing. How are they feeling about you? How do they see you? How do they see you? How do they see you? I also just feel such a sense on your part of maybe it ties into this regret, this regret, this real feeling of loss of what could have been, of something beautiful that could have been. How do they feel about you? Okay. So this King of Cups, I feel, is their energy in how they feel about you, rather than your energy, how they feel about your energy. Because we know that deep down the truth is that they have a lot of feeling for you, but so the King of Cups, he has a lot of emotion and a lot of feeling, but he's almost a little bit guarded. And so although he sits within this ocean of emotion, he's not in it. He's not allowing it fully in. He keeps it at bay. It's there. He feels it, but he's still a little bit cut off to it, which matches his true feelings. But holding it back. How he feels about you, Ace of Pentacles. So, and potentially he doesn't, I'm saying he because of this King, but it could be either gender. There is a subconscious understanding that you and this connection could have really been something new and grounded and abundant. Could have been. But this might still be just a subconscious energy in him. Why am I still saying him? Them. Because they're masking themselves still with this happiness and this freedom. How they feel about you, strength. I feel like I feel like they admire your strength. We've got 6 of Cups on the bottom. So I want to say they're almost feeling, I do feel that they feel this connection, they're just hiding it. And maybe they're having moments of reminiscing and having nostalgia about you, but they're suppressing it. Let's get another one. How they feel about you. Alright, I'm not going to take all of those. All the Pentacles. I think so. Potentially with this 7 of Cups, with all the different influences there and the different decisions and planting of illusions there. So right now, I feel like they're still maybe looking at this connection as something that would have required for it to have worked because of all the different things around, would have required a lot of work. I also sense though that they feel like subconsciously still, because I really feel that they're masking everything, subconsciously it's almost like you're worth the work. And the Magician on the bottom. So potentially they feel that you're someone who's quite connected to, maybe with this High Priestess energy that you have as well, that you are someone quite connected and you're able to manifest the things that you want, which might actually scare them a little bit. Okay. All right. So at the moment, this energy feels a bit stuck. There probably won't be any movement anytime soon. I think it'll only be when they start to realize their true feelings for you and the true nature of this connection. if and when they feel it. And if and when they have that desire to make different choices, to heal inner wounds. So like I said, this is feeling a little bit stuck. Let's just see. Let's see what energy this is still in, or around. Okay, so we've got days: consider, foolish, hesitate, broken, disappointment, disillusionment, heartbreak, initiative, set off, strive for, be optimistic. So it is definitely a stuck energy. So there's this hesitation, this heartbreak and disappointment that we know is here. I feel like this initiative, it could be what's in their current energy now, which is their freedom, their happiness. So they're thinking of ways in which to let this go and move forward, and trying to be optimistic. But on the bottom we've got recalling, memories, retention and return. So this energy is the subconscious energy. And again, this ties into what I was saying before. We can't hide our true feelings and knowing forever. And so there may come a point where this person, all those true emotions and true feelings will come up with memories, and potentially plant a seed of return, but it still requires them to work through themselves, through this part, through the different decisions and illusions and influences and whatever it was, the path that they had chosen and that they were looking in the future, the path that didn't align and that caused this ending. That's something that would still need to be worked through. Unfortunately, sometimes people don't, because it is hard. It is hard work to work through ourselves and what we need to work on, the shadows that we need to face and our insecurities. And sometimes it is just easier to continue to mask and hide with these messages of love, freedom, happiness that we had at the beginning. All right, so we will do we'll do a potential outcome, if their true feelings come up and they're able to work through the things that they need to work through. And that's just an if. And that's something that we don't have control over. And so it's really just a potential energy. If their true feelings, if they recognize their true feelings, the truth of what they want, and they're able to work through the things that they need to work through and become clear in themselves, find their clarity, find their own independence, stop running, not just running from you, running from themselves, running from standing up in their independence, standing up for what it is that they want, rather than being subjected to all these different things. So what's that potential energy around this connection? If that work happens. Okay. So, Three of Swords, Eight of Cups, Queen of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm feeling two things with this. Okay, the one that I'm feeling the most strongly is that this isn't easy, is that they're unlikely to do this work. That there would still be heartache around this connection. The other thing that I'm feeling is that because of all of this heartache, it's you and your energy in this Eight of Cups that you let go of it and you walk towards something new, something that you're uncertain of. But that bright light behind this moon, it's like an eclipse. And you go into that with this energy. The Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Hangman on the bottom. So again, that feeling of stuck, suspended in limbo. So the energy still feel stuck. And that's why I feel that this person is unlikely to do their inner work and is unlikely to allow their true feelings about you and the connection to come up. And that's the heartache again for you. On the positive side, if it's the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles energy that you come away with, and then that's beautiful. And I'm sure that there will be something new. And better for you, because I'm sure you feel that, I'm sure you know that you deserve it. Is there a potential for a new love, a new connection, a new aligned connection? For you, new aligned love. 3 of Pentacles. So yes, I believe so. Oh, and the Empress. 3 of Pentacles and the Empress for a new love and connection. You will sit in your divine feminine. There's collaboration and connection around you, and a Page of Wands. So someone that has a real desire, a youthful, creative, desire. This card also makes me feel like they will know their truth. This new person will know their truth. They'll know what it is that they want, and as a page, they're on their way to creating it and bringing it in and manifesting it. This new person, a new love, will probably be quite charismatic, either youthful or potentially a little bit younger than you. But you, and maybe this was all a lesson for you to sit in that Empress, knowing your worth, knowing that you deserve more than someone who can't face themselves and can't choose you. I really feel from this, the energy in this Page of Wands card, this imagery particularly, is someone who already has that clarity of what it is that they want. And it's you. So as heartbreaking as everything is right now, trust that there is love. There is love out there. There is a love for you that will align with you. I know that these readings are really hard when it's not what we want to hear, particularly if we have someone on our mind and we are heartbroken. We want to hear that they'll come back. And it is hard to trust that what is right for you will be for you. So take care of yourself. Just trust in yourself and let things flow. That was a hard reading for me to do.